just want me with you like I said.
And many more. To listen to our programs, follow us live on all our social media platforms on Facebook at Aloore Radio, Twitter and Instagram at Aloore Radio. You can also subscribe on our YouTube page on Aloore Radio. Make sure you click on the notification bell. So
nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ èyí tí gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé ń darí nìyí ló fi jẹ́ ọgbà tí ìṣèjọba ètò ìgòrí àlééfà ló ti gbé ìlànà ìṣèjọba olóko mẹ́rin kalẹ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀fẹ́ ìwòsàn ọ̀fẹ́ ìgbélárugẹ ọrọ̀ ajé ohun ààbò tó gbópọn lára àṣeyọrí ìlànà yìí ní gbígba iléèwé gíga yunifásitì LAUTECH fún ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ owó ìrànwọ́ fáwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ mọ̀ọ́fin àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gbàwé ọ̀fẹ́ ó sì tún gbolùkọ́ síṣẹ́ ìwòsàn ọ̀fẹ́ ní tìbútòrò ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ nípa kíkọ́ ilé ìwòsàn alábọ́dé sí wọ́ọ̀dù tó dín ní 300 níye àtúnṣe àwọn ilé ìwòsàn tó ti wà tẹ́lẹ̀ òun ilé ìwòsàn alágbèéká kọ́rọ̀ ajé ìpínlẹ̀ wa lè rú gọ́gọ́ sí a ṣàtúnṣe àwọn ọ̀nà tó ti wà tẹ́lẹ̀ a sì tún la tuntun Ìṣẹ́yìn sọ́yọ́ Ìṣẹ́yìn sógbómọ̀ṣọ́ Ìṣẹ́yìn sókèwò Ṣakí sọ́gbọ̀rọ̀ àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ìgbélárugẹ iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ òun ní ojú pópó tó mọ́lẹ̀ rókoṣo ẹ̀tọ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àtòṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì ò sì tẹ̀tì ààbò sì dúró ore nípìnlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ báwọn ọdẹ onípàkúté ò tiẹ̀ sinmi pàkúté wọn ń dìdẹ Olódùmarè tó lẹ́rù ń bá ìṣàkóso ìgbẹ́rù rẹ̀ gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé wá ń dúpẹ́ fún àtìlẹ́yìn gbogbo wa nípìnlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lágbára Olódùmarè ibi ire lòkè yìí ń gbé wa rè ibi ire.
Iléeṣẹ́ ètò ìròyìn àṣà ohun ìrìn àjò afẹ́ tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló ń kéde.
Aṣọ wíwọ̀ pẹ̀lú irun orí obìnrin eré orí ìtàgé ó má parẹ́ o ẹ jẹ́ ká múra o ara o ẹ jẹ́ ká múra o ara mi ẹ jẹ́ ká múra ẹ jẹ́ ká múra ẹ̀yin ará mi ẹ jẹ́ ká múra àṣà ìbílẹ̀ Yorùbá àtòhun àdáyébá iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ iṣẹ́ ọnà ijó alárinrin ewì ọ̀fọ̀ òwe ìjálá aṣọ wíwọ̀ pẹ̀lú orí obìnrin rí orí ìtàgé kó má parẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ tó tún yè kóró náà torí ẹ̀ ṣe pàtàkì bàbá la mọ gbogbo eléyìí tí ò sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gidi láti tì lẹ́yìn ṣe mọ̀ pé yóò dàbẹ̀ ní pé èèyàn ń ṣọbẹ̀ tó dùn tí ò wá fi yọ̀ sí adùn rẹ̀ dà ó lẹ̀kọ́ fi ṣe pàtàkì là ń fi ń bẹ àwọn ìjọba wa kán má mú ẹ̀kọ́ ní tẹ́tẹ́rẹ́ a rí nǹkan tí gómìnà Mákindé ṣe ẹnjìnìà Mákindé ó gba LAUTECH lọ́wọ́ Ọ̀ṣun àtọ̀yọ́ ló ní LAUTECH tẹ́lẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ gba LAUTECH torí pé ó mú ẹ̀kọ́ ní Ìbàdàn ṣé wàá yẹ pé káṣọ ipò tó wà níjọba wọ́n ṣe tí ó tọ́ láti ṣe lórí ètò ẹ̀kọ́ kọ́ ẹ pa aráàlú là máa fà sẹ́yìn kò dáa so ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ṣe pàtàkì ẹ jẹ́ ká múra ẹ kú ilé ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wọ́n dẹ̀ wá lórí ìrìn àjò tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa ẹ ṣé adúpẹ́ ẹ ṣé gan-an ni a tún padà dé lọ́sàn-án tòní ìwòye ìjẹjọ là ń dágbére pé tó bó bá díjọ́ mẹ́jọ òní o a tún mọ gbóhùn ara wa ọlọ́run sí àṣẹ àtúgbóhùn ara wa kódà àtúríra wa gan wò lórí ètò tá a sì wà náà ni kò pé méjì a wà nínú ilé agodo Aloore rédíò ibẹ̀ la wà báyìí èyí tí a pè ní GSM studio gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé studio ibẹ̀ la wà bá ṣe jókòó yìí tẹ́ẹ̀sì ń wò wá kí wàá lètò tí à ń pẹ́ kẹ́lù ẹ mọ̀ Oju Inu Agba Oye bá àti mọ́ mú wá fún ní gbogbo ọ̀sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ àtúntì múndé o lórí ètò lónìí ìkan gbé nǹkan mi o torí ẹ̀ta mú wá sórí ètò lẹ́nìí èèyàn tó ń kópa ribiribi ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ni tó fi ibùjókòó sí Ìbàdàn kí láǹfààní pé a wà àwọn kan ìyá wa ń jà wọn kan àwọn kan sì ń gbádùn ṣé yẹn dáa tó kò dáa ẹnìkan wá ní ohun ò ní lajúlẹ̀ kí ìyà ọmọ jẹ àwọn kan nígbà táwọn kan gbádùn ọ̀nà tó ṣe àgbàṣe yìí ni pé àwọn ọmọ tí ó dàbẹ̀ ni pé wọn bá máa rìn rédèrèdè bóyá tí bàbá àti ìyá tí wọn jọ gbé papọ̀ mọ́ àbí tí bàbá àti ìyá ti kú àbí tí kanu wọn ti kú tí kejì ò lágbára ti lè tọ́jú ọmọ ẹ tán ọmọ wa ti pé wọ́n rìn kiri títì ló wá ní rárá o òun ò ní gbà o àwọn ọmọ wọ̀nyí òun ó mọ wánu lè tó òun ó pèsè ààyè fún wọn tíbi táyì ó ti gbà wọ́n tó ṣe wípé wọ́n mọ jẹun àárọ̀ jẹun ọ̀sán jẹun alẹ́ bàbá tiẹ̀ rẹ̀ tó tún lè jẹun míì gan oúnjẹ mi bí báyìí bá gbàyàn láàrin oúnjẹ àárọ̀ tí yàn jẹ bóyá láago 7 sí 8 ó tún lè jẹ mí kó tó dago 2 lọ́sàn-án àìtó ààyè ni bí ààyè bá wà kódà bó bá tún dọ̀sán yóò tún jẹun míì kó tó di pé ọ̀sán ó lù ó ní pé ẹni tá a mú wá yìí yóò pẹ̀kẹ́ lu oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ribiribi tó ti ṣe kì í sọ ọmọ Yorùbá o ṣùgbọ́n ó fi Ìbàdàn ṣe bùgbé àmọ́ Yorùbá sì ní bí ó bá pẹ́ láàárọ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ ìdọ̀sẹ̀ ni òun náà ti dára wá àbẹ tí bá ń gbé nǹkan ribiribi báwọn ṣe àwọn apá àwọn rí mọ́ so níta bá wá lọ́sàn-án tó nínú oríṣiríṣi ètò láti piya mọ́lẹ̀ fún yín lónìí tẹ́ gbádùn béèbó ti gbádùn tíì àbí kí n pé sìgá irọ́ ẹ̀wọ̀n jà pé sìgá béèbó ti gbádùn tíì ẹ gbádùn wa tó lónìí ọ̀gbẹ́ni wa yìí jókòó rẹpẹtẹ tì mí tó ní gbogbo bó bá ṣe jẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣítí tóun sọ káwọn onídídùn ọlọ́rẹ ẹ tí ò bá ní tẹ́lẹ̀ kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ni máa ní torí Èkìtì mọ́ pò èmi sọ mi Èkìtì àwọn mo gbọ́ díẹ̀ ẹrù kan yìí jẹ́ kẹrù kan á wò pé ẹyàn kan ò lè máa jẹ ẹnu kan ò lè máa jẹ ké ẹnu kan máa wò you don't do that so wọ́n sì ní jẹ kí n jẹ ní máyòdùn bàbá lówó lọ́wọ́ tí changes díẹ̀ ṣẹ́kù ńgbà tí jẹ gbogbo tá a jẹ tán ṣé kò sí alẹ́ tọ́ pé àwọn míì náà ká bá àwọn náà wá nǹkan tí àwọn náà lè jẹ kíní kò wá ní jẹ́ pé ibì kan ní ọ́fíìsì ń ta bá wá lọ́sàn-án tó nínú ni eyín oníṣì ń fa ìgbáyé gbádùn torí ńgbà tí àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n bá máa rìn kiri títì àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n bá àdọ́mọ̀ ta téèyàn kan sì mú wọn sọ́dọ̀ pé irọ́ oúnjẹ rẹ̀ tó tún múrán wọn léèwé èyí tó fẹ́ kọ́ṣẹ́ tó tún fi sẹ́nu ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ tí yóò tún sìn wọ́n lọ sílé ọkọ ṣe rí i pé ìgbáyé gbádùn kò jẹ́ yí wọn lọ ọmọ tí yóò wà títì tí wàá débi pé wọ́n ń gbébọn àbí mọ̀ yọ ọ̀bẹ kiri tí nǹkan ní mọ̀ yọ ọ̀bẹ mọ̀ gbébọn ṣé kò ti fayé rọ àwọn yòókù lọ́rùn ó jẹ́ ntí èmi bá wá lóde tòní o ó jẹ́ ntẹ́mi bá wá lóde tòní o ẹ kú ilé lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí a wà lórí Aloore rédíò ètò yín ètò wa gbáǹkọ́gbì ètò Oju Inu Agba Oye. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, my brothers, sisters, and fathers and mothers at home, and wherever you may be at the moment. We are here on Aloore Radio, which you can reach us at www.facebook.com/Aloore Radio, or YouTube Aloore Radio. Your website www.aloreradio.com. Your mobile apps, it's available on Play Store. The number you can reach us at is 09039853731. I repeat, 09039853731. You can call us. We'll be glad to hear from you. So, with me this afternoon on the program, Oju Inu Agba Oye is our big brother, Mr. Williams. He's sitting right next to me if you're watching us on video. Mr. Williams, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Good to be here. Thank you.
Wow.
At last.
You look brilliant.
Thank God for grace. Thank God for mercies. Hectic work, but then grace is available. Very much available. I am happy to be here. I heard you talking about the good work of Engineer Seyi Makinde, and I must tell you one fact. It is a product of my vote because I have never voted before. Yes, and
you voted him in.
I did. I even went to a critical place to do that voting.
Wow.
Yes, at People's Girls Grammar School. Then it was hectic. Nobody should go to Adedibu's house. Nobody should go there. That place is bad. I said no.
You insisted.
I insisted. I went there and I said,
this is my candidate and I want to see him in that office.
We just want something different from what we have been seeing.
Wow.
And when he came on board, I was glad that the first thing he said was that children should return back to school, and he waived off school fees and school levies, and that was a major boost in Oyo State.
Wow.
Many children were removed from the street. I can tell you, go to Foko, go to Popo, around Okeado axis there. A lot of children that I know that I can count on my fingertips were removed from the street and put back into school.
Wow.
Simply because of that. And for me, I think the second term is a done deal. It's not negotiable because I'm not a politician.
You're not campaigning for him, are you?
No. I must campaign for what is good for us.
Okay.
Because some politicians came around our axis that we should vote for them back then, and I told them, what do you have for children? Not could say anything.
Oh, your concern,
yes,
it's all about children.
Yes, and he's a children's governor. You see, since he came on board, what he has done for homes, orphanages across the state.
You have an orphanage,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And he done so much. Yearly, the wife takes them up to the state house, give them things. For me, it's unprecedented. It's never happened that much. And so we are happy that it's happening. Not because it's there, but because this is what we see. If it's not so, I will tell you. I will say it.
I know you don't tell lies.
Because regardless of,
At
I will
least
say it.
the much that I know about you, you're a
Thank
very
you.
straightforward person.
Thank you.
So you want to tell us about your orphanage? What's it called?
Don't let me start from the orphanage. Let me just tell
Okay.
you that in Oyo State, I came in about 1991, thereabouts.
Okay.
Stayed for a bit, then got married 96, and then
Where are you from originally?
from Edo State.
Where in Edo State?
I am an Isha man.
Ishan. Okay.
Yes, you know, Isha are very good people.
Yes. Oh yeah. I
Very good.
know that. I know that much.
So you know, when I got married, I saw the need to talk to people about children because of my background, and I started seeing children coming in contact with the law, coming in conflict with the law. As I know the language now, then I didn't know the language. All I knew that children were being abused, particularly in the Wajowa local government area, where you have Bode Wasimi, where we're doing our missionary work. We say a lot of young girls getting married at 13, 14, 15, and we were concerned, we were worried. And these children were married to these layabouts because they are farmers, you know, and they were denied of education. So we decided to take them out and place them in school, and that became a good approach for us. But eventually, as the need increased, it's like, okay, the work required us to, you know, register with the state government, and got so good, we discovered that before we could do that registration, all the children that we placed with different families were returned back to us for truancy, for one form of bad behavior or the other. We had nowhere to keep them, so I just had this 2-bedroom apartment where I was living, and decided to take them in and started taking care of them. It was hectic. It took my life from me. It took everything. I had to become a teacher, classroom teacher, teaching them, doing lessons for them.
Wow.
Because I couldn't pay school lesson fee for them. And then again, it was very tight. But in the face of those difficulties, the state government, after the registration, decided to take us to Sokoto for training. And that was the beginning of best practice in service delivery for vulnerable children in Oyo State. And they started enjoying, such that to date, anywhere children are hurt in Oyo State, at least I should be the first person they call before the governor, because we are on ground and we have a response team in the state, of which I'm the chairman right now.
Oh, good.
Yes, and so we are pursuing that vigorously.
Wow, that is just wonderful.
Thank
so,
you.
You came from Edo State.
Yes.
You came as an adult, or did you come
I came as an adult.
as a teenager?
I came as an adult.
Okay.
Adult, and I came to do gospel work.
Okay.
And then we were reaching out to Igbora, Lalate, Erua.
Okay.
And then thereafter, the Ogoag is opened up, which is Iwajowa local government.
Okay.
So we started going to what do you call this place? Ayegun Wasimi. On getting to Ayegun Wasimi, we discovered that they had a church and a school with no teacher, and so we decided to get a teacher and to place there, and so that was the beginning of helping children in Oyo State. And so
tell me your background back at home in Edo State.
My background is not sweet. It's not sweet, and that is why I'm passionate about children. If you want to put it on a table of 2 to 4, I will tell you, when the woman scores 2, the man is 0.
When the woman scores 2,
the man is 0.
What does that mean? Can you simplify that?
That means that for us, the woman is the face of children. Wherever you see children, you must see a woman, and wherever there's no woman, children are bound to suffer.
Are bound you are saying this categorically.
I say it as a man with my experience on gender-based violence issues in Oyo State. I'm telling you, remove a woman from the equation of the development and growth of children from birth age to the age of adolescent age, you have destroyed those children. I was destroyed. I was destroyed because of the issues of violence. My father kept beating this woman. I kept seeing the fights, and from time to time, she would cry and all of that. Then one day she just packed her things
and left.
I saw her walk through the back door because she didn't want neighbors to see her leave, and she left, and that was just it.
How old were you then?
I think I was about 4.
Were you the only child?
No, we were 5. One died along some 1 or 2 years later because we didn't know this play around with children. We were just playing with sand, and one was doing father, the other one was doing mother, and the other one was doing the cook, and then we started cooking, and then my younger sister, immediate younger, took cement and put it and said she wants to make eba. And she made the eba, and
you didn't eat it, did you?
We did. I didn't eat. My younger sister didn't eat, but the last born ate it.
And that's
we
deadly.
didn't know. And so when my father came, she started vomiting blood, stooling blood.
Ooh.
And they took her to this Eku hospital in Benin.
Wow.
She never came back. And my father came back and was weeping and started cursing my mother. And all of that.
Where was she when all of this was happening?
I really didn't know what was going on. I just knew she never came back. I never knew she had died. It was much later in secondary school I got to know she died. But it became one form of abuse after the other, every day, every night.
Now let's get one thing clear. Did the abuse start after that child had died and your father was embittered by it? Was that when she started abusing your mom?
No. The abuse has always been there. It was because my mother left. There was no control around us. There was no food in the afternoon.
It was after the mother left
that the girl
died.
Yes, my father would always go to work. He was doing very well in his business. And that is why I say when a woman is removed from the equation, it's zero for children's development. His business went down because this woman today, that woman tomorrow, nothing was working anymore. All his staff, about 20 of them, those days, we were supposed to be hybrid children. We were supposed to live well and live good. My father had a good plan to take us abroad. All of those plans died out. It disappeared. And
so where then the change begin to happen in your
because
life?
It is not that I understand it as stress. It is not that I know that he wasn't demonstrating hatred towards us. It was because he was frustrated. He didn't know
so he was
what to do.
Vexing this anger on
us.
you.
Not just me. On
all of us.
Till date, my most senior brother, one of the days he just finished his WAEC and everything, came back home. My father got into the house that same time, 12 o'clock in the night. Anger came up again. We didn't know he was frustrated in his workplace. There was no woman to cook for us. The house was smelling, and he started beating all of us. And he drove us out of the house. Then in the morning, just went to where my brother packed his bags and everything, packed all his certificates, birth certificates, educational certificate, put everything together, brought them out of the house and said we are bastard children. And he burnt everything. It's just that I was smart enough to take my own out. I was very smart then, I managed to scoop my things and took out of the house, and if not, that would have gone too.
So with that, you ended up on the street.
Oh goodness me! Not just on the street. I became terrible. I felt life was not good, and that is why when I see children who are in conflict with the law, and I'm glad that international partners are beginning to understand the need to protect children, even when they come in conflict with the law. And I understand that the Nigerian police in Oyo State and the civil defense, they are already going in that direction, because most of us as children, when we find ourselves on the street, it's not because we like to steal. No, we want to eat. If anybody
you just want to survive,
we want to survive. We just want to put on one clothing, even if every day the same clothing. We don't mind. And that is why street boys, you see them on the street, they love the street. We love the street because we are free. We play when we want to play, we sleep when we want to sleep, no harassment, of course no education, but we are free, we are at liberty. And that became a big problem for everybody in my community, because I became a terror. I had no conscience, I had no feeling for anybody. I could do
anything
stuff.
goes.
Yeah, anything goes. Really, anything goes. It was bad, very bad. I could fight, almost killing people, using bottles.
Did you get involved with any form of armed robbery or?
Well, along the line, sadly, but I don't think I should regret. I think I learned from it to protect children.
Oh.
Yes, but it's not a proper way to learn. I got into crime beginning from
not everybody could say the same thing.
From
Some get
school,
into it and never got out of it.
Then into the secondary, I vandalized school properties. I felt I just needed to survive, live well, matter around where hostilities is found. I was very tiny because I didn't develop well. At a tender age, I was chubby, but after everything, I became very tiny. Until date, I still maintain that tiny structure.
Good for you. You look good anyway.
Yes,
so.
yeah, I'm over 50 by the grace of God.
Wow, you look like you are 25.
Yes, but God is just messy. It's messy.
Wow.
And so that continued, and I'm sorry, it's not good to talk about, but
well, they say you don't record the past with sorrow. For
Stealing.
bitterness bears no fruit. But the same way, you can't forget your past.
I could steal anything, could steal anywhere. and then consult herbalists to steal and you will not be caught. It was working for me.
Wow.
Then the senior brother of
all of this was happening in Edo State.
In Edo State. In fact, it came to its peak in the days of Anini. Yes,
Anini, the notorious robber.
Yes, it was my house and that of Inspector Yamu, who was behind. But I so close. He gives us money. We didn't know it was Anini's money was giving us.
So you know Anini
so whenever there's a fight on the street, we always come out to support Inspector Yamu and say, no, don't let that happen, don't let that happen. But eventually he was arrested. We gathered around to see if we can salvage the situation, but it was too late. They took him away and all of that. And for me, it was like, okay, what next? So I had to look for ammunition, and I saw this Dane gun that my father used to keep, and we started using it.
You started using Dane gun
to
rob people.
The only thing is that I never killed anybody, and I think I should thank God for that, for not allowing me to, because I will not be able to live through that.
So all of this after hardened you up, will you say that, or it has?
What hardened me was my family. My home front was zero. There was nothing called peace. There was hostility. Till this minute, the quest for love still hovers around my mind. So if I see anybody who says to me, I love you, I long for it. I am happy. Oh, you really do? Because the other day my elder brother was sick in the FCT. They said it was COVID. They screened, it wasn't COVID. And then he saw all of us around him. They started weeping, and we asked why. He said he never knew anybody loved him.
Oh,
he's well over 50. He's my elder.
Oh, so, what a mind.
He started weeping because we all grew up. My younger sister, the same thing, still battling for this love issue. First marriage didn't work. Second marriage, the man became a beast, just like my father, beating every day, and we told her to get out. Wow. Be alive for us. And she's there. She's chartered accountant. All my siblings well placed in life. My brother works in Federal Inland Revenue Service. The other one works in a very good hospital in that. So we are all doing very well.
So some happy ending here.
Yeah,
I love happy endings.
But the beginning
was rough.
Rough. I was the toughest. I was the never easygoing person.
So how did you there end up in Ibadan?
My father made it happen.
Okay.
When it was time to do our egg, I decided to hurt him back, and hurt him very bad, and I moved many things out of the house, sold them off before he came back. He didn't know how I got into the house through the window, opened all the doors, brought a vehicle, sold off things, went to his car, removed the battery, removed engine, sold off. I did so many strong things against him.
And you used that money
I wanted
to come
him
to Ibadan?
feel bad. I didn't come to Ibadan.
Okay.
The only place I knew to go, because we had no siblings, no cousins, no uncles to talk to. My father drove them all away, and so I had to look for my mother. I traced my mother all the way to Sapele.
Okay.
And on getting there, I discovered she was married to another man with about 3 children. Surprisingly, the firstborn of those 3 children is the criminal now. He looks so much like me. My face is his face.
So it means you actually look like your mother.
Yes, my mom. Yes, so strongly. So, but my mom didn't stay long in Sapele. She now took us to the village, and I was happy to be in the village. I became a farmer, but my history, my story had reached her, that I was a thief, I was a criminal, and so she was worried. And I told her, don't worry, the name you gave me is not the name of a criminal. I would not be a criminal here. And to demonstrate to her, there was a day she gave me 16 naira to buy about 10 crates of mineral. Then it was 16 naira.
Yeah. And you were selling that?
No, I wasn't selling. I put the money in my short back pocket in a purse. And I went to this Shalaga pit toilet, and the